This is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. Back with another video a day till this channel hits 100K. Today is a sad day. This guy is going back to Polaris. Now, I've had this razor for a couple months, put out some videos. I suggest you go check them out. But this is not what we're here for today. Today, we are here to talk about how to tie down and something that I think that every single truck owner should have, which is a great pair or set of straps. Here's all of our straps we're going to talk about in a moment. But number one, before you load up any trailers, make sure the parking brake is set. If it is not, that is all pressure. When you load that trailer up and push all of that forward, that puts all that pressure on your transmission on the parking pole. You don't want that. You want your brakes engaged in the rear. Chains like this, get them out of the way, because once you run them over, you got to jump back in and move it all around. It's a big pain. Make sure your tires are lined up with the ramps. Get it up here. I do like to make sure the front wheels contact the front of the trailer. Stow our ramps. Funny story, I did see someone riding down the highway once with both of these ramps fully on the ground. And they had no idea. How? I don't know. So let's talk straps. There are a wide range of straps out there in the market, and most people are going to have a set of super cheap Home Depot, orange, just whatever straps. I think I got these off Amazon. There's a convenient little strap here for Velcro to keep them all organized. When I buy any straps, whether they're expensive or cheap, make sure that these ratchets aren't chintzy, because they break, they pinch fingers, and they end up being a complete hot mess. Again, I don't know what they're rated to hold because it's all worn off. I've had these for years, but you'll find yourself in situations like when I just bought my garage fridge, wishing you had more strap. So I bought these. These are the Caterpillar, which, the way I understand this now, Cat is just licensing out their name, so I don't think it's actually Cat, but these are 1,500 pound straps. These would have been much better when it came to hauling around that fridge than using those orange straps. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. What about when you're hauling around cars, side-by-sides, motorcycles? There's a lot of different things, and this is where I say every truck owner should have these very heavy-duty automotive straps. Now, I've been using these power ties for years with pretty much anything that I'm towing. These I love. They have a little fur wool protector that you can wrap around forks. Get that in there, wrap that around a pretty decent ratchet. But when you start talking about side-by-sides, these straps, having 4 of them, I am well within the range of what it's capable of holding. But in my opinion, I'm also too close for comfort and would like to actually have way more when it comes to straps. I also like to have straps that are there in case I end up towing a truck, Lord knows what, cover a side-by-side all the way up to pretty much the biggest thing that I will ever tow. I also like when these straps come with bags. It is a really nice touch when you're pulling those in and out of the garage, because straps like this you don't tend to keep in the truck at all times. That's what these little El Cheapos are for. These Max straps, I just bought these because I found myself in a couple situations, especially recently with the side-by-sides, where I'm like, man, I'm really kind of pushing my luck with what I have. These are more than capable. Weight limit load per strap, 3,335 pounds. That is per strap. That pretty much covers actually covers more than the entire side-by-side, but that is the safety rating that I like to work with, is more than enough. I bought these straps. I will link them in the description down below. This is not sponsored. I do have an affiliate link, but again, I paid full price for these straps because they are known for being the best on the market, and that's what I wanted, because liability-wise, I don't want a borrowed side-by-side hitting the road, not only for the fact that it's not mine, but also I don't want anybody to get hurt. So these things are amazing. They have a built-in loop here, kind of similar to the motorcycle straps that I was showing you. So you can basically go around an axle if that's what you're doing there. We are not doing that today. We are going to be tying it down by where the factory tells you to, which, this is a comment that I got recently, was, oh, you always want to tie it down by the absolute lowest point of the vehicle. Well, I actually want to tow it down by the point that the manufacturer tells me to in the manual, because they engineered it, not some random guy on the internet named Steve.
I am Steve.
So on the razor, at least the razors with the adaptive suspension. They do tell you to turn on the ignition, which gets the suspension to activate so you're not cranking it down without the suspension active. And they have built-in tie-down points. Now we've got one up there. Run this guy down here. And this is where you notice the difference between straps that are okay and straps that are amazing are these giant ratchets. So you'll see I'm actually pulling the side-by-side closer up to the front of the vehicle. Now these also come with chains. So if you can't get that strap on there or you need to wrap around something else, you have a chain. You can use that as well, which is really nice. So make sure your straps are, first of all, not twisted up and that you're ratcheting in the appropriate direction. Now me, I like to pull it forward first and then do the rear after, so it kind of cinches the whole thing back and forth. As you tighten up each side, you want to make sure they're somewhat the same, so the tension is the same. Man, it's a scorcher out here. It's like a good 108 degrees right now. And we also have, seems like a monsoon storm rolling in, which will make these winds probably audible in my video, but can't control that. Here they have tie-down points up there, and again, these are OEM recommended tie-down points. So for all of you guys out there who are saying that you always want to tie down with tire straps, the webs that actually go up around the tires, you're probably not totally wrong, but that would be the worst thing to buy for a strap for like every situation, because maybe you're not hauling a car. So there we go, that's nice and tight. Man, these straps, they are beefy. There's a reason why these things are well respected. Now there's not too much excess strap there, so I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Actually, just going down the street, I also gotta wash this. I told Polaris I would have this back by 3. It is 3:10 and I need to go to the car wash still. Sorry, Zach, but I like to return these things clean. Not everybody does. Now that was a shot at unknown media people, but to you media people who return these things, absolutely filthy. I don't know, I just don't feel that entitled to this stuff. You always want to take your safety chains in case by some unforeseen crazy world all these straps were to break. You just want to have this on here so that it theoretically would catch it. The same thing in the rear. And this here. And we are all safetied up. And then the last thing you want to do, take the keys out of the tow vehicle, or you might be on a journey trying to find them later. And then just give kind of a nice once over, keys in hand. This thing is strapped way down. We are good to go. Now I'm not above driving and recording videos. I've done it many, many times, but we are not going to be driving and towing. That just seems extra reckless. Let's get over to the car wash, get this thing cleaned up, and get her back to Polaris.
There's no such thing as refunds, exchanges, or rain checks when strippers are involved.
The nice thing about washing here in Phoenix is that for the most part, it's just dust. So a little bit of soapy water followed by a rinse, and it's pretty much clean. Not very often you're dealing with hosing off a whole bunch of mud. It happens, but not super often. I guess that's the price you pay for 116 degree temperatures. Let's get over to return this thing. I just want to take a moment before we unload here at Ride Now to thank you guys, because without you guys, none of this stuff is possible. It's great that Polaris, first of all, trusts me to send these kinds of things out for content. I very much appreciate it, but again, it's really the viewership that makes all of this stuff possible. Without you guys, there's really no reason for any of this to exist. There's certainly a lot of hard work and time that goes into making these videos, but again, it's just one of those things that I know I am super lucky and just incredibly grateful to have these kinds of connections. I'm also gonna throw some love to Brandon Picasso, because he is actually the reason why I have any of the contacts I have with Polaris in the first place. Goes back many years ago, but again, Brandon Picasso, check out his channel. Does way more stuff than I ever would in terms of wrenching on a ton of different bikes. So with that being said, thank you guys very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, I'll link the Max straps in the link down below. They're absolutely awesome, super, super hardcore. Overkill for a side-by-side, but when it comes to straps and towing and all that kind of stuff, you want more than less.